Crash Course on Social Psychology. Explore how individuals interact in social settings and the effects of group behavior. Social psychology is a fascinating field that explores how individuals interact with one another in social settings, and how these interactions can shape our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It's a discipline that seeks to understand the social context in which we live, and how our social environment influences us in ways that we may not even be aware of. One of the most famous examples of social psychology in action is the Stanford Prison Experiment. Conducted in 1971 by psychologist Philip Zimbardo, the experiment sought to understand the effects of social roles and power dynamics on human behavior. In the experiment, college students were randomly assigned to play the roles of either prisoners or guards in a simulated prison environment. Over time, the guards began to exhibit increasingly sadistic and abusive behavior towards the prisoners, while the prisoners became increasingly passive and obedient. The experiment was ultimately cut short due to the extreme conditions that had developed, but it remains a classic example of the power of social roles to shape our behavior. Another classic example is the Milgram experiment, which sought to understand the factors that influence obedience to authority figures. In the experiment, participants were asked to deliver increasingly strong electric shocks to a person in another room, who was actually an actor, whenever they answered a question incorrectly. Despite the actor's screams of pain and pleas to stop, the majority of participants continued to administer the shocks all the way up to the highest voltage level. The experiment demonstrated how people can be led to commit immoral or harmful actions when they are placed in a position of obedience to authority. These two examples illustrate just a few of the many ways in which social psychology can help us understand the complex dynamics of human behavior in social settings. Now let's take a closer look at some of the most popular group behaviors in social settings, and what they can tell us about our own behavior. 1. Conformity. This refers to the tendency of individuals to adjust their beliefs or behaviors to match those of the group. For example, a person might change their opinion on a topic or adopt a particular fashion style because they want to fit in with their peers. 2. Obedience. Similar to conformity, obedience refers to the willingness to follow the directives of an authority figure, even when those directives conflict with our own beliefs or values. 3. Groupthink. This occurs when members of a group prioritize consensus and harmony over critical thinking and independent decision-making. Groupthink can lead to poor decisions or outcomes, especially when members of the group are afraid to voice dissenting opinions. 4. De-individuation. This refers to the loss of individual identity that can occur when people are part of a large group. For example, a person might feel more anonymous and less accountable for their actions when they are in a crowd, which can lead them to behave in ways that they wouldn't normally. 5. Social loafing. This occurs when individuals exert less effort on a task when they are working as part of a group, because they assume that others will pick up the slack. 6. Social facilitation. This refers to the tendency for people to perform better on simple tasks when they are in the presence of others, but worse on more complex tasks. 7. Stereotyping. This involves making assumptions or generalizations about individuals based on their membership in a particular group. Stereotypes can be harmful and can lead to discrimination and prejudice. 8. In-group bias. This refers to the tendency to favor one's own group over others. In-group bias can lead to conflict and hostility between different groups. 9. Out-group homogeneity. This occurs when individuals perceive members of an outgroup as being more similar to one another than members of their own in-group. 10. Social identity. This refers to the part of our self-concept that is derived from our membership in a particular social group. Social identity can influence our attitudes, behaviors, and interactions with others. 11. Bystander effect. This refers to the tendency for individuals to be less likely to help someone in need when other people are present, because they assume that someone else will step in. 12. Group polarization. This occurs when the attitudes and opinions of group members become more extreme after discussing a particular topic. Group polarization can lead to increased conflict and polarization between different groups. While these are just a few examples of group behaviors, they demonstrate the complex and often unpredictable ways in which our social environment can influence us. Social psychology helps us understand these dynamics and can provide valuable insights into how we can work to create more positive and inclusive social environments. In summary, Social psychology is a fascinating field that explores how individuals interact in social settings and the effects of group behavior. By examining classic experiments like the Stanford Prison Experiment and the Milgram experiment, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complex dynamics of human behavior in social contexts. And by studying popular group behaviors like conformity, obedience, and social loafing, we can learn more about how our social environment shapes our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Here's a poem about social psychology. In social settings, we are not alone. Our behavior shaped by those we've known. Conformity, obedience, and groupthink too can lead us down paths we never knew. De-individuation, a loss of self. Social loafing, where effort is dealt. Facilitation can help or hinder. As we navigate the group we're in, sir. Stereotyping, a harmful practice. In-group bias can create fractures. Out-group homogeneity, a fallacy we see as we define ourselves by identity. The bystander effect, a common sight when we assume someone else will do what's right. And polarization, a growing divide as our opinions become more extreme, side by side. Social psychology, a discipline so grand, helps us understand the ways we interact in this land. As we strive for more positive and inclusive societies, we turn to social psychology for its valuable insights and proximities. Here is a song on social psychology. Verse 1. In this world we live, we're never truly alone. Surrounded by others, their thoughts become our own. Conformity, obedience, the power of the group. Social psychology, teaching us to recoup. Chorus. The way we act, the way we think, all influenced by the social link. Group dynamics, shaping our minds. Social psychology helps us unwind. Verse 2. From Milgram to Zimbardo, experiments in play, showing us the power of the group, day by day. De-individuation, a loss of self we find. Social loafing, effort left behind. Chorus. The way we act, the way we think, all influenced by the social link. Group dynamics, shaping our minds. Social psychology helps us unwind. Verse 3. Stereotyping, a harmful game we play. In-group bias, driving us further away. Out-group homogeneity, a fallacy we see as we define ourselves by identity. Chorus. The way we act, the way we think, all influenced by the social link. Group dynamics, shaping our minds. Social psychology helps us unwind. Verse 4. Bystander effect, a call for change. Don't assume someone else will step in. Don't be strange. Polarization, a growing divide as our opinions become more extreme, side by side. Chorus. The way we act, the way we think, all influenced by the social link. Group dynamics, shaping our minds. Social psychology helps us unwind. Outro. Social psychology, a discipline so grand, helping us understand the ways we interact in this land. As we strive for more positive and inclusive societies, we turn to social psychology for its valuable insights and proximities. *****. Start planning your next global adventure with ease and convenience with our Booking.com referral link. https://www.booking.com/index.html?8 equals 7989335 as a great choice to plan your next trip. You can find and book flights, hotels, cars, and local attractions all in one place, and their price match guarantee ensures you're getting the best deal. Thank you for kind support our AnHub Metaverse channel, and please watch more interesting videos here.